as these laborers, they were transporting by ship. Why they were transporting by ship? Because this is whole is the water body, okay, and these continents, this island are in between the water bodies. That's why the ship was mainly used, and mainly two seaports were used. That names also you have to underline, that are Bordeaux and the Nantes. These two cities were used for what purpose? For transporting the slave from France, from Africa to the North American Caribbean province, okay, Caribbean island. So this whole trade was called slave trade, okay. And so after, when this, throughout the chapter we have seen, there were many assemblies, there were many government. Throughout that Jacobean government, and throughout the rule of every assembly, that slave trade was going on. Yes, but the convention assembly, the convention government, by 1794 they abolished the slave trade and make the free to all the slaves. Means the convention assembly passed the law that now there will be no slave trade by 1794. Yes, but then after, when the Napoleon rule came again, so he again re-announced the slavery. Means he again start the slavery. But at last, by when the France colonies and many European colonies got the freedom, they became independence. That time, at last, by 1848, what happened? Totally the slavery was abolished. Okay, from the French colonies, by 1848, the slavery was finally totally abolished. Yes, children, now we will discuss the another topic, very much short topic it is. So that is the revolution and everyday life. Means after this all the revolutions and in the France, how the life became of the French people. Okay, very simple, 2-3 points only has to be discussed. First of all, what they did by 1789, when the Bastille was burned, after that suddenly the censorship was abolished. Now what is the meaning of censorship? Censorship means when something like media has to telecast, has to print, and has to show something to the people. So while that information published, telecasting, that time the media has to take permission of government. Without the permission of government, media cannot publish anything, cannot telecast anything. That is called censorship. Okay, so that censorship was by 1789. After the burning of Bastille, it was suddenly abolished, and then king approved that, means the censorship will be not there. Okay, and king approved that anything now anybody can write who are feeling that is important to tell to the people. So everybody can write as what they want to. So in that way, like many people, many writers started writing their own ideas, their ideas of freedom, their ideas of nationalism. So this was the one way that they could grasp the identity with the ideas such as liberty, justice, and political philosophers wrote about at the length of the text, and only the handful educated people could read. Means many things were printed that time, many things were written by many people. How is liberty, how we should struggle for the freedom, liberty, in the way of play also and songs also. It was shown to the people as well. It was given in written way also. Okay, so many writers, many poets had given in written, but the thing was that time we knows that these things who can read, those people are literate. Yes, those people are literate, that people only can read this. So about the printing, about the writing material, this was the minus point, that this only the people who are literate, they can only read. Okay, So this was the problem, and then after some time in the European continent, the solution was taken out. That we will discuss in the further classes. So this was the topic, the revolution and everyday life. How was the life of the people, everyday life of the people during this French Revolution and after the French revolutions. Now during this French Revolution, after the French Revolution, many newspaper, pamphlets and books, printed pictures flooded the towns of France. Means flooded means there was a mass number of newspapers as they got the abolition of censorship. So many people started printing the newspapers, pamphlets and writing the books also. Okay, so this was the fantastic change in the life of French people. Okay, this was the life of France that time.